And notice these parts here, which are pretty much the vents that goes over these sections. I believe these are the escape pods. But the one thing, of course, that I'm a bit confused. Well, first things first. These two parts here I had to glue because in the manual they're known as F3s, but these four are F4s. I don't know. Sounds weird, but yeah. But these parts represent like a grill system, and I can imagine if they made photo etch parts for these would have been perfect for this. I am not going to get photo etch parts. It'd be nice if I did, but again, I'm not going to get that because it's pretty much expensive as hell. And I got to do this right because it has to be in this alignment. There we go. Oh, one goes there. Yep. I believe that's right. Oh, one's bigger than the other. Alright. There we go. Just want to make sure these things are flush. Clearly these are parts, these parts needs to be what do you call it, pre-shaded during the painting phase. In one aspect, obviously, for those of you who are Star Wars fans and like to do dioramas, this kit would have been perfect for diorama fans out there because there's so much intricate detail of this kit. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did the scene of, you know, the Hoth scene and incorporated this kit in it. There we go. That looks good. See? Nice. Alright. Pretty alright. I gotta start working on these parts here, so let me get working on that. Alright, so moving right along with this build, I decided to build the base, which is pretty simple. I don't like this desert motif thing. Obviously, I'm going to paint this base to represent that. I got enough, you know, yellow and desert yellow colors to try this. I'm going to see if I can try to do a pre-shading on this if I can. The sand is pretty cool. It has to be glued. Right now, I'm doing a test test fitting right here. And unlike the normal Bandai stands where you can actually, you know, click, click, click left and right, I mean back and forth, this one has three notches there. So you have one that goes like that, so it's pulling up, and you have one like this, it's probably going down. And if we put it here and remove this, you take that and there's another notch here, so you can put it on the sides and an angle. Pretty neat, right? Let me just put this to the side. Now, during the course of the build, I decided to put the entire kit together, like as you can see here, and I didn't show it. Now, I did assemble the battery pack and the lighting, and I put the lighting here so it shows in the back. It's a bit weird because I don't know. It looks like you have the option of putting two light sources here, or put one light source here and then the other one goes here, so it represents the landing bay, the ramp, or one light source that goes all the way here for the canopy. I'm deciding to leave it here because I'm not going to be putting the landing gear on this. I will assemble it, yes, but when I bring it to MosquitoCon, it's not going to be with the landing gear. It's going to be on the actual stand. I didn't close this up completely because I didn't want to have trouble popping it off. So right now it's held on by a little bit of friction and pressure, and I'll pop it out later on when I'm ready to take a look at, to work, finalize it. As you can see, there's how it looks like in the back, and I finally have finished assembling all these little delicate parts. Speaking of delicate parts, I'm gonna finish up this the gun, the bottom part of the gun. So you have these two little parts here. Let's see here. One goes there, one goes there, so it looks like that. And you have this. Let's go here. Now, again, I'm going to only do this with a little bit of friction because I want to pull it out later on, because I have to remove all this to paint the inside. Now, again, this is not something you can swivel. Even though you have that ability, it looks like it is not designed to swivel. This is what it looks like on the underside of the carriage. And here's the other side. I might as well put these on so I could show it off. So here's the parts for the landing gear. Put that one there, that one there, and you'll know which one it is by the little notch there on the side. Not all the way, just enough for it to allow me to take it off later on. There we go. And taking the landing gear off is easy. All you need to do is apply pressure in one end and it'll pop out like that. And here's the notch for this. Oh, before I test out the base, here's the antenna, the radar dish. It was 3 pieces. This part I had to round out the sanding of this so I can put it on, glue it. This one's on like that, and then you put it here. So I'm just going to put a little bit there. So hang on a second. Let me bring back the. There we go. Alright, so here's what the Millennium Falcon, Millennium Falcon from the Force Awakens looks like. Good old piece of garbage, as it was mentioned in the movie, for those of you who haven't seen it. But yeah, looks really nice. Let's get the stand and check it out. Oh, this is a 3-prong. No, I got it right. Sorry. Thought I had it wrong. Here we go. Alright, let's readjust this again. It's pretty cool. I like it. A little wobbly. Obviously, this thing's going to be wobbling at on the table when I go to MosquitoCon, but still, it's all right. And I could probably put it in the angle that I like so people can see. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to put it in an angle so people can see the underside and see all the work that I put into, because this is going to be a lot of work. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. I'm reviewing all the remaining parts because I thought maybe I missed something. Let me just show you. So here are the parts for the landing gear, which I will definitely look at. This is the part of the landing bay, the ramp, which I have to put on in a few moments. These were the extra parts for the engines, which I definitely, the reasons why I also need to take this off are because if I'm going to prime this, I don't want to accidentally paint the clear part. Here's this part here, but that's to cover the back. Clearly it's going to be on the stand, so I'm not going to be using it. You know what? I might as well. Somebody's going to complain. Remaining parts of the landing gear. Oh, that's right. This is the assembly of the ramp if you want to have it open. I'll build this, yeah. more parts of the landing gear, and there's that little part to hold the LED. You would think that, okay, yes, it is small, but there's a lot of room here. Let's talk about that in a few moments. Here's the figures, which I'm going to remove and paint individually. So let's talk about that. You would think that with the amount of spacing inside, okay, yes, you have the battery pack. You have 3 batteries, which are LR44s. I believe that's what it was. So you have that. You would think that maybe it'll be enough to put in 3 light sources and not 2. Maybe there's a specific reason why. Maybe who knows? It would have been nice if it was 3 lights, because then you would have 2 light sources here and 1 here, or 2 light sources here and 1 down here, but not one in the other. I don't know how powerful the light are because I don't have the battery to power it up yet. Eventually I will, and I will do a test run to see how it looks. Probably somebody on YouTube or Facebook has already done this, so I'll check it out either way. But I'll make a decision on how I'm going to do this soon enough. Eventually, and originally, hold on a second, I was thinking that if I wasn't going to get my hands on the light source, I was going to do it on my own. I have all the lights and everything. I could have easily done 2 light sources here and 1 light source there, and hell yeah, 1 down here as well. But then that wouldn't matter because it would have been flying. So 3 light sources, 3 LEDs at 3 watts a piece. That's 9 watts. Now, as a matter of fact, let's take this off and take this off here. So here's the battery pack, which of course Bandai was wise enough to put this here so you can take it off and put the batteries. I could have easily figured a way to even put in a 9-volt battery here. The 9-volt would have been around this size. I would have to probably gut out these sections here so I can put it in and put a connector. So for those of you who are planning to do something like that with this kit, food for thought. You can do that because there's enough room in here to put in the light sources. So, but I already have this here, so we're just going to move on with this. And I'm going to now begin taking apart this kit slowly, not the parts that I've glued. And we're going to begin priming the Millennium Falcon for painting.